It's time for another Power Play show with Coach Frenchy, Andrew Lepage, in our tap, and Michael DeVillano. It's time, Power Play show. Welcome back to another Power Play show with the hockey coach, Coach Frenchy. Tonight, Thursday, June 30, 2022, we have a couple insider in the house. Hopefully an amazing, great Thursday and ready to rock and roll. We have a lot of subject to talk about tonight. It's a really busy day in hockey. A new coach, they fire one coach, they bring two new coach, they have a signature. They have a trade about like 30 minutes ago. A lot of rumor around the league. So going to be a full 2 hours of the show tonight. We're going to talk about fun subject. And the only thing we ask you, please, if you have any question, put the letter Q. We're going to through the question at some point. We try to stay in the subject when we talk about one specific happening during the day. That'll be better. Otherwise, we're going to continue this until 11 o'clock tonight. 5 questions at the end of the show. Who is going to win tonight? Great question. By the way, tonight, easy. It's a A to E for answers. That'll be awesome. We have a few people around the chat already. We have Mr. Nicolas de Goubi-Bonneau. Welcome back, Mr. Bonneau. Directly for la belle province de Québec. À Sherbrooke. Moderator upstate of the New York and the Hockey Nation Show, Mr. Jose Duarte is back in the house. Illinois, Chicago Blackhawks, back with us. Fan number 97 is going to talk about the Brincat the next couple of minutes. Stay tuned about this, Mr. Blackhawks. Can the Brincat get traded before July 7th? Welcome aboard. Here we go. Number one fans of the Detroit Red Wings in the chat tonight, Mr. K, directly from North Carolina. Welcome. Definitely we're going to talk about the Derek Lalonde in the next couple of minutes. Mr. K, really the big news in hockey today. Park the Monkey. Park the Monkey from South Florida is with us tonight. Ça va très bien. Roger DELANEY, supporter and member of the Hockey Nation Live Show, is back in the house tonight. Talking about the Montreal Canadiens. Can the Montreal Canadiens trade their first pick versus the second pick for New Jersey? Rumor from Pierre Lebrun. We're going to talk about this. Round with Kings, number 20 from the Los Angeles King is back with us. Welcome back. Duda with Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome aboard, Mr. Duda. Terry T back in the house tonight, Mr. Terry T. And Alan Barnes, welcome aboard. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Mr. Steve G. Yeah, good evening. Here we go. That's exactly in Thailand. Sawadee Crab. Mr. Steve G, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us. How was the parade today? Did you go to the parade today in Colorado? We're going to talk about this tonight. A lot of fun in Colorado, downtown Denver, with the Stanley Cup and the parade. And tell us a little bit more, Steve, if you've been there. Mr. John D, if you are around, tell us if you've been also to the parade today. From British Columbia, back in the house, Mr. Luke. Welcome back, Mr. Luke. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation Live Show. But this show cannot be great without Michael DeVillano and Mr. Andrew Lepage are back in the house for the beautiful Thursday. In our top, take some day, night. Free night is Mr. Natap is on the congratulation, now on the school, something happening for him, so he's going to be skipped. He'll be back tomorrow night, so hopefully he's going to have a great night. Good evening, Mr. Michael DeVillano, directly from California. How you doing? You mute. Oh, that's all right.
I'm practicing my sign language for my daughter.
He mute because he was eat some chip. That's what happened. That's what happened. Hey, Mr. Andrew directly from the Nova Scotia. How you doing over there?
We're hanging in. How you doing?
Where's the parade for the St. John Sea Dog?
Haven't heard anything yet. I'm waiting for Nathan McKinnon to come to Nova Scotia first. That's the big thing for me because he probably will take the cup to Nova Scotia.
Oh yeah, probably yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
What a ride for them, honestly, from for the St. John. And I met him a lot of time at the NHL coaches, but also at the coaches side seminar during July. Gardiner McDonald or McDougall.
McDougall? Okay.
Yeah, McDougall, yeah.
Yeah. So he's been coaching guys for the University of Moncton for, I don't know, 10, 12 years, and he did win a lot of championship over there with him. And then when they fired, is it Gordy Dwyer? His first name?
Gordy Dwyer, yeah.
Dwyer, yeah.
They fired him, right? And he got a job last month ago, and he's a great speaker. He's really excited. He's a great motivator. He's really worked on the mindset when you met him. But what a performance he did, honestly. And only 4 games under under his belt, he won the Memorial Cup. That's pretty amazing when you think about this.
That's
you know
crazy.
Years this guy was at University of New Brunswick?
Moncton.
Yeah, he's University of New Brunswick.
Yeah.
20 years, 21 years.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Holy, what a jump.
And every player, Michael, play in the Maritime Hockey League Junior, want to play for him. Like, he get all the best players junior in the country, try to go for him. He's always been a great school, but also a great hockey team, university in Canada.
That's pretty impressive.
Yep. Exactly about that one over there. So that's pretty amazing. Steve G said, hello, Andre Michael. That's great to see this. Miss Kelly, welcome aboard. Miss Kelly, thanks to be with us tonight.
Okay. Hello.
And can you please tell Michael and Andrew? I said hello. You done? And RG Calabro back in the house. RG, thanks to be with us tonight.
How's it going, buddy?
No parrot code for Mr. John D today. A little bit on the TV tonight on the Velo. Here we go. Awesome. Highland Ranch. Mr. Renault is in the house. We're going to get your question in a couple of minutes. Mr. Renault. First join the company and all sport. But slide for the achievement. A public indexation is encouraged for USW company. Yeah, absolutely about this one over there.
Sexual harassment in the workplace and on sports teams now.
Territies, I really believe the King need big season from Cal Peterson to go far. We're going to talk about goaltender, guys, in the next couple of minutes. Matt Cutler, welcome back, Mr. Cutler. Here we go. We're going to go start with them and this question. Then before we go all the news, and we get a couple of questions you can say it. Coach, are Jake Ottinger and Noah Thompson worth offer shitting at 8.4 AAV since the return is only 1, 2, 3 round?
Why would you pay them that much, though?
Yeah, it's too much.
Unless you believe Noah Dobson is a perennial 50-point defenseman that's a number 1 or 2, I guess. Like, he would have to be a number 1 at that money. Is he a number 1? I don't know if he's a number 1. Do you think he is?
Yeah, 12 goals. He's only 22 years old. I think it's too much for the beginning like that.
Yeah, it's too much right now.
I mean, I'm just trying to project if he's a number 1, but he's not. I mean, he's
there yet. Yeah.
He's close, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of. It's such a jump.
I'd say the next contract, maybe, if he proves himself, right? Give him a little more time.
You know, it remind me, and you're going laughing at me, but not physicality. It remind me Shea Weber.
Honestly, that's my comparison, Pierre. Is I said the same thing. Shea Weber is, so if you project him, you go, what's the difference? He might be a better skater.
They're a bit better, but he's not a guy carry on the puck. That's the reason why I would mention him. A great shot, a one-timer, a slap shot. But I don't see him like go behind the net and go all the way like Carlson or that kind of players. So for me, I'm not sure he's number one because he's going to score 15 goals regular. You know what? Another one, maybe Doug Hamilton.
Then maybe you say 8.4 times 7 years or 8 years, and you lock this guy in for his best years. And you just roll the dice, and that they're not going to meet, and you give up picks. You don't care.
Now, to answer to his question, and you guys may be thinking, because the salary cap is so tied up everywhere, I don't think so team are worried about the offer sheet right now. I make a video earlier about this. I don't think so people have no money to spend.
Detroit does.
I agree. I don't think you'll see that much done.
Detroit's got a lot of money. There's a
Yeah,
few teams that
but I don't think so they will go on the offer sheet. They will maybe look more for UFA on the target like Forsberg before they go that direction.
Anaheim has a ton of dough. Arizona's got a ton of dough, but we know their situation. Buffalo's got a ton of dough.
But again, I would not go that direction if I was there. But why to lose a first round pick, a second round pick, a third round pick, when you can get a UFA like Forsberg, Goodrow, and all the fun players they have right now.
Especially in the 2023 draft. That's supposed to be a better draft.
But if you're Ottawa, do you care about any more young players? And you get this guy, and you've already got Shabbat, you got him, you buy time for Jake Sanderson, you've got Bernard Docker who's going to come along.
By the end of the day, Michael, you know Islanders going to match up anyway.
At 8.4, there's no way. Aren't the Islanders strapped?
They will match up. They will not lose Thompson. They will find a way to trade something after that.
Man,
it's like Sebastião. You know what I mean? They not let him go. I'll be the same time with that.
I dare you to match.
But again, it's not the way that the hockey does not work that way over there.
Good.
So I don't think so what happened about this one over there. And for Jake Dunker, it's a lot of money to give him $8.4 million.
Yeah.
It is. It's an interesting experiment in your head. Like, he might be worth it.
But I would not give that kind of money after. They don't establish enough before to get that kind of money right away. You know, like Quinn Hughes, he's going to get there.
He's better than Quinn Hughes.
You know what I mean? You know Quinn Hughes, but I think, Gary, listen, he's just starting.
Okay, wait, hold on. I would pay Noah Dobson before I pay Quinn Hughes.
But that's the same kind of money at the end of the day.
I kind of agree.
I'm saying, I think Noah Dobson's a better player than Quinn Hughes.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think Quinn Hughes is better overall.
He's better talent with his skill and flash, but he's going to be a -13 every year, I guarantee you. And Dobson, I think the comparison to Shea Weber is legitimate.
I think he's going to get 15 goals per year. I think he's a Doug Hamilton area about that one.
But he's better than Doug Hamilton. He's a lot tougher than Dougie Hamilton.
Well, I'm talking about shot. When I'm talking is about shot and everything like that. Defensively, I think he's going to be the better because Hamilton is not a great one over there for sure. Who is better than Thursday? Most of us are at work, Steve G said about this one over there. Yeah, they're not looking for the weekend, obviously. They go with 1-1 over there. RG Calabro, Mark 22, Winnipeg just select Danila Yurav. That's once he fall apart, Michael. Yurav.
He's what? Falling
he
apart?
Fall. Like he's down, fall. Like he was top 10.
He's Russian. The only reason because he's Russian. And the Russian players are all going to fall, I guarantee you. Like, you're going to look and you go, you know what? I'll take a little bit less risk to get, a guy that I know is going to come.
Mr. Roger Bouchard, welcome aboard. Maybe you guys, you can help me on that one. Abs overall draft grade prediction. Do you know what he talk about?
they're great.
Maybe Roger may explain to me or
Yeah, explain what you're trying to get
overall draft grade prediction. Talk about the result at the end.
That's a good question. It's got to be a little clearer.
So again?
He's got to be a little clearer with that question.
Okay.
It's kind of wide
No,
open.
I just want to be sure I can answer, so that's why I get all the people. Go, can I join straight? It would be a little bit later, Park the Monkey. I'm already set up the graphic. You have to do this, Park the Monkey. I will give you a better way. Send me a tweet around 4:00 p.m. That will give me a better way to prepare Park the Monkey the night. Because when the show starts, my graphic is all the template already set up. Why the negative hype on right? Evan, I have a guy with bad video showing right negativity, pressure someone enjoying for promote Slav. Panelists and Tampa Bay, on Thunder Bay.
That's exactly what I was talking about. There's a lot of stuff out material-wise. A lot of people are speaking up, and they're really making this an interesting two-way battle.
Guys, I've been saying this for like a year to you guys. Like,
yeah, but there's a lot of...
And it's not new on this guy. I've been like, this has been since he's 13, 14, 15. He's just an odd character, and he's got a weird work ethic. He's got all the tools.
But what they're thinking he's pretty much... right now they're saying that Wright is pretty much close to his peak. Probably. And they're saying that Slavoski is moving up, and that's why they're really eyeballing him. So maybe I don't know.
But I think that here's the reality with Slafkovsky or with Wright is you can like you saw at the U18s, you played him with Bedard, and they played him with Brennan Othman and all these top players, and he was as good as any of them.
Yeah.
So I agree. Well, he's peaked, like good. He's at a high level, but he's not really peaked. The only reason he's peaked is because of his work ethic. That's my opinion. Yeah. If this guy was like Nathan McKinnon or Sidney Crosby, where he was determined to always get better, and he just worked at all the little things the way those guys work, because he's got the same frame, he's got the same skill set. At the same age, if you compared him to McKinnon, but the difference is that intensity. Like McKinnon was almost his own worst enemy the first 4 or 5 years. Like
for sure.
So hard on himself, right? And he got hurt and he pushed too much. And then, when he got Rantanen, suddenly he went from 40, 50 points to 90. And he could do the same thing, but I just don't know if the personality's there. And every interview I see with him, there's something twerky about it. It's like there's something weird about his answers.
It's causing a lot of debate. Big time.
It's a weird player for me. But I think, if you get him, you're safe. I don't think you have a total bust.
I'm surprised they're calling Slavoski. This shocked me. They're comparing him to a mini Yager.
That's a lot.
That's what I said.
They said that about Pushkin, man. He's 27 and he's starting to play good. What? Nobody's Yager. Yager, it's interesting. He could be, because Yager's biggest thing, I believe, is work ethic. Like, if you look at the way he trained like no other player. Like, he would put the vest on, he would have the ankle weights on, he would stick handle those giant weights as pucks, and he just over and over and over. It was like, he's so powerful. And if Slafkovsky did that, then sure.
I'm not sold on him.
I don't think so. I think Slafkovsky is not, a guarantee. Slafkovsky could be that, or he could be Pavel Zacha.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous that they're going to go that direction.
All right, let's move on. We're going to talk about him a little bit later. We still have one more week anyway. Just get out this one. I'll be done. We're going to talk over. Okay, we got this one. Luciano, Graziano, welcome aboard.
Okay, Luciano.
William Snyder, hey coach, great day at the parade. Here we go. We have got one that finally did to the parade today. Congratulations again, Mr. William Snyder. Hopefully you enjoy this. William, you never know when is the next one. So you have to take advantage when you got one. Take advantage of that one because with 32 team, it's not coming back every 5 years like the All-Star game. So take advantage of that one, Mr. William. Congratulations again about this one. Your question, just a little bit later, if you don't mind to ask that question a bit later. What's this? Because Wright played on the team with a bunch of the NHL prospect, was only 5th and the goal scored for his team. This is what we're doing, Tarek Ed. How much? Coach, can I join the stream? Yeah, I think I answered to your question about this. Mr. Luc Laportune is in the house. Welcome aboard.
Indeed.
The Wild are hoping for the same overall prediction, cheaper second round pick prospect Kaprizov. Roger said yes about this one over there. About this question about earlier is great prediction. Sunday night, Roger. Everybody don't miss Sunday night if you're Montreal Canadian fans because we'll select the draft for the Montreal Canadian next week. Sunday night until Thursday, guys, all about the NHL draft. At least you have some big news, a trade, something like that. So stay with us Sunday night. Tomorrow night, question and all. It's your show tomorrow night, by the way. Tomorrow night, Friday, is going to be the show for each one of you. What term would you give to Jake Hundinger if you have not discussed already? We did not talk about his contract, Stratic. He's 23 years old. I think I would bring him a British contract, Stratic, at that moment. And 3 years, $5 million.
Yeah, sounds right.
For
I agree. Ottinger.
Oh, the goalie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, he could go backwards, you know. He looked really good in the
Exactly.
playoffs.
And then after that, all the big contract be gone, the Seguin, and then you have to sign up on whether anyway, Robinson. So I think that's the max money you can give to him. Stavkis Marion pick for me, but Coach Wright is a safety pick.
I agree.
About this one over there, we're going to talk about the rumor Montreal possible they gave the first round pick and they get the number 2 for New Jersey. That's something really we don't know yet. Also, we have not talked about it. Do you think Ron Francis was right to back off on getting Fiala at the end?
Wait, he was trying to sign Fiala?
I think you have a rumor last year between Seattle Kraken and the Minnesota about Fiala.
What were they going to have to give up?
I cannot remember. Maybe Strazi can explain. He can tell us. That'd be great.
The guy just had 85 points.
Yeah, and I would think that Seattle's probably got a ton load of cash. You know.
Yeah, they got a bunch of third line players.
Exactly.
Nope.
Would you sign Ryan O'Reilly sign for 5.56 for 8 years extension on the Blues roster? I think he need more.
He honestly, guys, he's going to ask for more. Ryan might ask for 8-9. If you look at one thing about him, he's super confident in his own ability. He's won a Stanley Cup. He's the leader of that team. He got $7 million when everyone said he was worth $4 million, and he proved he was worth $7 million. It actually looked like a bargain. So I would not be shocked, just knowing what I know about him, that he would probably try to get 8 or 9.
I think that's what it'll get to, is between 8 and 9.
I think at long term, 8 years, he maybe go 7.5.
Yep. If you're talking 7-8 years, you know.
Between $60 million, $60 million, I think he will maybe stay there and take care.
How old is he now?
He's 20. He's a 91, so he's 31. He'll be 30. He's 31 this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I think 8 years might be long. However, one thing about it, there is not a better conditioned player in the NHL.
But again, 39 is a lot.
Yeah, I think I'd still cut it off.
I made me go like 5 and 8, 6 and 8.
5.
So then, if what he's saying is it averages out to 6, you know, maybe it's like 10, 8, 9, 8, you know, whatever, right? It counts down. And the last few years are low, and it averages out to 6. Maybe that's how it works.
Overall draft pick prediction, great for Ab this draft. How will Ab to do on the other awards?
I mean, they're not going to change the course of their franchise, I don't think, with anyone in this draft. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that they'll get a good player.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too about this one over there. Renault have Detroit a bunch of pick for 2023 pick since the contract are log jam.
Trade a bunch of picks for 20.
It's going to be hard to get anybody I think, to give up first round next year.
No one in their right mind would do it.
Exactly.
Say a team draft right. What season coaching could improve his work ethic, or is that something that is what it is forever?
I'm not sure. It's a really good question. I mean, he's been part of the Hockey Canada program. He's had top coaches in Kingston. He trained with top people in Toronto. I don't know. I don't know him well enough. I just know what I've seen and heard. So,
when you watch Patrice Bergeron, is it the hardest working, flashing highlights in the game?
He's Bergeron's definitely a hard worker, no doubt about it.
When I watch the game, I didn't see Bergeron on the ice carrying the puck up and down and said, wow, look at play of this Bergeron. Oh, the shot over there. Oh, look again, he just hit the guy on the wall. Look this guy. You never see Bergeron. But when you go to the details of the game, face off, two-way players, pick up the gun, open the space over there, go through the players defensively to open the space to his teammate over there, go to his playmaking guys over there. That's Bergeron. Yeah. That's exactly what I don't compare to Bergeron.
I think
that's how you see Shane Wright when you watch the hockey game like that. That's he is.
Shane Wright, if he's the trigger man and he reads that Pierre is the guy that can set him up, he can score with no wind up. Like he's got like a hard, accurate shot from a lot of spots. And if Pierre is open, he's going to get him the puck, and he's going to be more north-south than he is east-west. So in that sense, he's got similarities. I just wish you knew this guy's the hardest working guy in show business.
Yeah, it'd be nice. But I don't think he's going to be Bergeron. I think that's a big set of shoes.
No, I don't say it's Bergeron. Say when you evaluate the game of the players, that's what I was talking about that one there. So because Bergeron at the end of the night, he maybe not have 3 point, right? But he was the reason why he got 3 point, because he created this, and Pasternak was the guy score. So, but again, Bergeron scored 30 goals, came out his prim, and he got like his 80 point. But again, the face off and the details of the game. Mr. Rory McNeely in the house.
And what's the thing about Shane Wright? You say Bergeron didn't get 3 points, but Shane Wright's the type of guy where you look at the score sheet and you go, oh, that guy got 3-4 points.
Yeah.
He's capable of breaking a game.
Yeah. Don't the main style compared to Jagger now? Look at how he separates himself from position. He's very Jagger-like, for example. About this one, did you see the Bobby Aram video?
They called him a mini Jagger.
Bobby Aram said today afternoon, he said, I've not remembered the last 4 days of my life. So.
Listen, I love Bobby Aram. I've been pumping him up for years. Pierre knows. And
he seems like a good kid.
He's a great kid. He's a leader. The guys love him. He's super talented, but he's patient and he's smart. Yeah. And he's got all the tools. Like he's going to be such a good player in the future. But he's already, I mean, how many 20-year-olds can step in the NHL and do this?
Exactly.
If Kaprizov the most underrated superstar in the NHL.
Is he underrated?
I don't think so.
Everybody knows this guy is like absolutely grease lightning and super talented and human highlight reel every time he's on the ice. He's exciting. He's an exciting player.
What I was, maybe I don't know the underrated. What I maybe he twice said, like, is a player like people does not recognize still, maybe he's maybe the top 5 player in NHL, or if he was, because he's not playing the national area, right? The Minnesota is a corner, and then they are not. But
I don't know. If you're not watching hockey, that's the only way I can see it.
No, my point to you is like, at the night, who do you hear? Right?
Kaprizov.
The McKinnon. You hear the most. He's not recognized at travers the peers Like, look all the trophies this year. Look, it's Matthews, it's McKinnon, it's McCarr. And again, Kaprizov is always the one show up behind everybody. But I think he's maybe the most excited player to watch in NHL. That's maybe the way he wants to express when he said underrated.
I'll tell you who knows about him, all the defensemen.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I understand that. Of course.
Like,
Of course.
my God, I hate this guy. He doesn't stop.
Of course, when you watch him, he's coming is really about this. Do you see McCall being the franchise players?
He's already a franchise. He's the best
He's
defenseman. Maybe he's defenseman.
Darn right.
Like the guy
Probably
just
going to be the
won
best defenseman in the league.
round.
Yeah.
I mean,
Christian Francis was in on Fiala to the end.
whatever. Listen, Francis is always going to disappoint you. No,
Yeah.
he's a very nice man.
Yeah.
And in the end, there'll be something that holds him back from pulling the trigger on something really important. It was the death of him in Carolina. And look at Carolina immediately after they moved. I mean, they've got an owner that's a shark. Like, the guy's got a different way of looking at things. And he just said, this guy can't hang with us. And he was right.
Exactly. No, he was right.
He built that team. I mean,
For some reason, he's you've seen this story before.
Coach, do you think the Flyers Islander would be better next season?
Islanders.
I guarantee Islanders, Flyers depend what happened. They look like GVR is going to settle.
Oh my God.
Well,
Why is Seattle the new dumping ground? Are they going to take
it
every
sounds like
junk
it.
player?
Well, Francis.
It's because but I think he's going to get a pick with this one, something like that.
Man, I don't like it though. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but
But they have money. If they get a second round pick, I would take it.
Yeah, it's a $7 million.
He's done after that. He pay only cost $4 million, I think.
So
how many
if they
years
move
has he got left on his contract?
6, 5?
What?
No, he's only got a few left, right?
Only one. He become
Oh,
UFA.
okay, that's not so bad. That's not so bad.
It's Kevin Hayes.
Kevin Hayes is a gross contract.
Another school said how Abs can get better next season, but he will have to totally tank no way. I think the best way, Terry, I would say to you, I'm coming with a video about this. Montreal, if they have a chance to finish the last 10 positions, so 22nd, 23rd to 32, and then they can move up a little bit. They are lucky. They're going to have a great hockey player, and they're going to restart. Think about this guy right now for the Montreal. If they have a pick like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 right now, they could get maybe Cherechek. They could maybe have Savoie, maybe Gauthier, maybe Lekeremaki. So that's a great hockey player. It's a top 6 in their lineup. Think about this next year. And the draft next year, the top 10, they are going to be maybe top 3 this season, maybe top 5. So you have a better way. So if Montreal, and they will go that direction, but I cannot tell this why, but just be patient.
Yep.
Don't know exactly what Francis' offer was. The reporting from Johnson did not go further into other sect like S. Johnson about this. No reaction for New Jersey trade back at the first round. With Nick Roy reward a $4 million just offer a sheet at second round pick in return. Nick Roy is at 2.5. I'll just make a video about him earlier. 2.8. He's a RFA. He have to pay them $3 million. I think they would try to trade Nicola, the defenseman, Hag, to get that money at Roy. Because it would cost them a lot for the third center over there or the fourth center.
I don't know why they're talking about trading Nicholas Hag. I mean, when do you get a 6'7" defenseman who can skate? He doesn't have a great shot, but he does a lot of really good stuff. And that was their very, very first draft. That is the last guy left. They've traded Suzuki. Glass was a bust. They had Brandstrom and then him.
Yeah.
You're like, what are you doing? This guy's like.
Yeah, Terry, you're going to hear a lot of articles like that. It's not going to happening, unfortunately. It's just people right now try to create some click on the video and the article to great, something like that. Anybody else think Samuel Girard looked like Happy Gilmore, Caddy at the parade today? I don't know, but he looked like he was not an injury today because he celebrated like crazy at the parade like everybody else there. 3 options for New Jersey to trade back into the first round. Question for Chad. Do you think Cutler, Gauthier could top 5?
Yep.
Yes.
I think
I like
could.
him a lot.
He could. I think he's the riser. I mean, when you look at the package that he is.
I think the Flyers could get him.
Yeah.
Well, I saw like there's a lot of teams that he would fit into. I mean, if you look at what he has, he's 6'2".
I keep hoping he'll slide down to us.
I understand they try to pump Slavkovsky, but stop comparing this guy to Yager, guys.
Well, yeah, I know. I said the same thing.
Player,
now, I'll give the guy credit. They said a mini Jaeger. So at least they said that much.
For me, if I see him, I see Ratanen.
I mean, even that. I mean, if that's his upside, that's amazing. He could also be Puya Harvey.
It could become Joel Armia.
I don't want that.
Like Jesse Puya Harvey was 4th overall pick.
What a bust.
Question for Coach. How many times did the Abs, then the Cup, and the celebration? Don't worry, we put a Cobb and the wheelchair for the parade.
Like, you say Jesse Puya Harvey. I don't think he's a bust. He's a guy that he can really shoot the puck. He really skates. He's 6'4". He'll do whatever you want, but he doesn't have a high hockey IQ. Does this guy have a high hockey IQ? Nobody thinks that.
Yeah, but this guy, Paul Viardi's work ethic is not there.
Really? Old easy, Michael.
Yeah.
Jesse? Is he 23?
20. He's still young.
What is he?
It 23? Can change, for sure.
We talk about the players today, guys, about the players like he just have a great year. He was like 25. Fiala guy at 22 years old have only 38 points.
Right. Well, that's why I say I don't think Puya Harvey's a bust. I just, I don't think he's what this guy could be. So if you think that he's going to be Puya Harvey, then you're like, well, I'm going to be really sad about picking. If you pick Puya Harvey 1st overall, you'd be pretty upset.
Like, they will trade one of the two, I think so, about this.
And I think maybe Paul Viardi resurges if he leaves Edmonton.
Listen,
right?
if you I don't know. If you take Nemec, and you look at every single tournament he's been in with Slavkovsky in the pros, he's been the leading scorer in the U18s. He was the best player at the World Junior Championship. He plays professional hockey, and he plays a much tougher division or a much tougher position. Like, why is nobody talking about Simon Nemec? He could be the star of this whole draft.
I wouldn't even be upset if we grabbed him. You know what I mean? I know they're not going to, but I would be kind of happy. Now,
do I think he's going to be a number 1 defenseman in the NHL? I think that's a stretch, but he could be a really good number 2.
Yeah.
Yep. How much does Chicago regret Zev Jones trade?
I don't think they regret it. They're going to regret it because, Sillinger had early returns. Sillinger, unlike most players, played last year. He left the WHL and he went to the USHL to keep skating. And that was the smartest thing anybody could have done. And if Shane Wright was serious, he would have played somewhere because Mason McTavish played somewhere. Cole Sillinger played somewhere. These guys went and kept playing. So there's no worry about whether you lost a year of development. And Cole Sillinger was ready for the NHL, unlike a lot of other guys. Bachvist, who's better, Bachvist or Seth Jones?
Who?
The guy you got traded for, Adam Bachvist. Who's better?
Long term, I think Adam is going to be a great hockey player.
He might be a great hockey player. He might be better than Seth Jones. He's not 6'4", but he's got elite hockey IQ. And did he have the same number of points this year?
I think a little bit less. Well, John dropped after the second half, but at the beginning, John has a lot of points. And Bogvest play only 60 games, maybe.
He 52 games, 22 points.
Yeah.
11 goals. So in his last 87 games, he's had 38 points and 13 goals. and he's 21.
Not bad at all.
And they gave them another draft pick right now with this one.
Another pick, and they got another pick coming, right? So I think they did all right.
Rory, the Stanley Cup on the sport book, Roger, I think there was number 5 or 6 overall, Rory. So they're not going to be the favorite, but they will be the top 6 best players of that. How long will Evans to be with the Avs with other prospects coming up? Not long, Roger.
Evans?
Jake Evans.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be long either. Between his injuries, and he's going to be in the bottom. Might be third.
The best, we said to you, 2 more years. That's it. This year and the following year, and then after that, we have to fight for the job. If not, next year after that. Because when you talk about Shane Farrell, Allen, you talk about Jan Mazak, you talk about Joshua Roy, Riley Kidney, offensively are better to him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Kay said, Tokarski, is he a starting in the NHL caliber?
No, but he's still pretty good backup, I think he's shown.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Definitely a good backup.
A great question about this. Next Nikushin or play killer?
No, I mean, what's the difference between him and Nichushkin?
I'm sorry?
What's the difference between those guys? To me, they seem the same. Like when we saw Val Nichushkin, it was the Nail Yakupov year, and they came in the Western Showcase with the Russian team, and everyone was like talking about Yakupov, and I'm like, this guy was garbage. If you go back and look at my scouting report, people thought I was nuts, and I'm like, he's a perimeter player. He has no hockey sense. He does really weird, ticky things on the ice. But who's this other guy? And I was like, look at Nichushkin. But, look at what Nichushkin is. He's just a big power guy. He's kind of like an Alex Tuck type guy. And he's 27. Yeah. So you might have the same thing. And I think, he's a guy where if you overpay him, you're going to be upset. And if you give him the right number, he's good.
It could be another Troy Terry also.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Like Troy Terry is super, always been since he was 15, 16. Of that group, if you look at the players that he was with in the U.S. development program, he was always the best, most talented guy.
He never performed in NHL until this year.
I agree, but Puya Harvey has nothing in his...
No, I'm talking about the result of the... maybe at 24, 25, 26, he can reach those kind of number where he does not perform right now. He can maybe become a 20, 25 goal per year.
Yeah, I mean, Troy Terry has elite talent. So I get what you're saying. Like he might be a late bloomer.
Tage Thompson, another one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he went from 7 goals to 37. So I don't think any of us saw that happening.
No. And they're both looking good now,
Yeah.
He said McDavid yelled at him as a trouble to finishing. He remind me a lot of Lekonen. Lekonen never scored in Montreal. He cannot put a puck in the net. And now
this is why I say you got to be very careful with guys like Zacha and Slavkovsky and Puya Harvey. Rantanen has a high skill level, but those other guys are almost too big. It takes them more time to get the shot off. They need a little bit more space, and if they don't have it, Puya Harvey skates like the wind. And he's got a really hard shot. But that extra half second will break down a lot of plays. So that's the only problem with guys like that. It doesn't always translate.
You might be right. The size could be the difference there. But,
But
question for...
Pierre comparing him to Rantanen's not bad. Like if you can project that he's got that similar sense where he knows his time and space, then he could be great. Or he could be Puya Harvey.
Yeah.
Now here's what will... If they trade Anderson, they get Slavkovsky. If they don't trade Anderson, I think they will go with Shane Wright.
There's another good example. Like if Slavkovsky ends up being Anderson, are you upset? Probably. if you pick him first overall.
Yeah.
Is there another guy? He's 6'4". He can shoot the puck. He skates like the wind.
The problem would be between both of them. Anderson play only north-south.
Yeah, that's just it. I don't think his game is going to change.
No, because he played more like he played center before that.
He was not a good center though. He really struggled at center.
No, but he played that season. I don't think so. He's just a north-south player. So I think he's more involved around that for me.
I mean, he'll go to the net hard, right? Like, but he's not like a fancy player.
Would you say leave or giving up on Michael, give up on the player in Toronto some to be the normal?
Well, they have other assets coming, right? They've got the Finnish kid, Roni Hunoven. They've got Robertson, who I think they still project as being a real good player. So I think that they just know money-wise it's going to be tough to retain that guy.
Trying to make space. Yeah.
Yeah. They've given up.
It's just, I think it's again for the money for that one there.
That's it.
I tried to get everybody else. Welcome, Luciano, anyway. I mean, they talk each other. They don't talk.
They need to fix,
McDonough to Toronto or to Detroit?
Well,
Mr. Natal, welcome aboard. First time in the house. Mr. Natal, I don't know why he does not show up. Here we go. Fleury and Toronto.
Didn't we already have that opportunity? Did we not have that opportunity? Maybe now that money's not in the way of them grabbing a guy. Like, I don't think it was an issue before, was it?
I don't see Fleury in Toronto.
Canada.
Caleb said Vamelka starting caliber.
The Arizona goalie?
Yeah.
I love that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, they love him there too. Like, they really think they stole him. When I talked to them when they had him, I was like, wow, because they traded for him, right?
Wow.
So they traded to get him.
What a great move.
Yep. Look, he said Ilonen and Mazak are soft player. Evan will be there next year, no problem. That's year number 2. Look, I said year number 2 he will fight because the problem look is they're going to have at least 3 center minimum, and I think Martin said we love Paulin as a center number 4. So if you keep Zuski, if they get Shane Wright, you get Devorak, and they get after that Poland, you have no spot for Jake Evans at some point. Now, it can be maybe 1 more year, like you said, but after that, it will be the end. So I said that 3 years will be out in the lineup, unfortunately for him. And then if you don't have any other concussion between about that one there. But okay, look for the arm. Yeah. I don't blame him not coming. Do you think Ryan McDonough would be traded? It's funny, Pat. We're going to have this on the subject in the next couple of minutes. I will give you an answer about this one over there. Do you think the black guy would be traded before the draft with the news they came out? I still believe me why the New Jersey don't get him right now.
Well, I know. You're right. That would be the obvious move.
They have the asset, and I will say to you, take Pavel Zacha, and then maybe they want a second round pick, whatever they have, I will give it. And I think the DeBrincat fit very well with the New Jersey Devils.
I agree.
Johnny from Japan. Welcome, Johnny. Van Melka is a very good player. The Coyotes may be content to make the Stanley Cup playoff. Not yet. No. They're building a great foundation with Armstrong and the coach, Torino, over there, but they are far to be that one over there. Any goalie at the top 10 on the draft? No, Kelly. You have to go all the way to the end of the second round or the third round. That's what they are. You know, goalie Michael doing well this year is Dalen Garland for the New York Rangers.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Really good. That's why they try now to give Georgiev out to keep him bringing the Rangers back up.
Really? I think that's the guy that would take the spot.
Yep. McDavid yelling at Bergevin on the ice for not finishing. When McDavid get more points, one play with Bergevin and Lufra will go. One play with Bergevin is interesting.
I mean, listen, you're talking about the most elite player there is,
David's
and that's
awesome.
Puya Harvey, right? Like,
Luciano, he said exactly what I've said for the last 3 days. Luciano, you're right. They have Anderson, they let him go. I'm not saying Anderson is a star, everything like that. They have it. Now they have Campbell. And like you said, who can become better like Campbell said, oh my God, he's going to be an amazing, great goaltender. I don't see it right now.
Darcy Kemper.
I don't think so.
Be a nice fit. I think he'd be a nice fit.
He's the
Darcy
worst, Michael is the worst save percentage in the last 45 years in NHL.
Who?
And the
What about
Stanley Cup
Varlamov?
winner.
What
Did
about
you
Varlamov?
see Campbell's save percentage in the Stanley Cup this year? 899.
But that's my point. Like, he did not do well, Quimper.
No,
I would
that's
take
like-
Jack
that's
Campbell
no.
before Darcy
Oh, no
Quimper.
way.
Quimper
I
is
would
32 years
definitely-
old. He's
He's
older.
30.
He's older.
There's 2 years difference. Darcy Kemper's a better goalie than Jack Campbell.
Secondly, do you think Quimper will ask less money to play in Toronto at $4.5 million, $4 million for Campbell?
I don't know. Colorado walked on Grubauer.
You will let him go?
They might. I mean, Darcy Kemper, career 917 save percentage, right?
He's nothing spectacular.
Inconsistency for Quimper.
But he's solid enough.
Although
that
there's
he can
2
do
years
the
he got in Arizona.
You can count on him. You can count on him.
You have every 3 years, Michael, you can see a stat, you have a bad year. I don't know his injuries, but
What's
you're
a
going to
bad
see
year for him?
That's the problem with him.
save percentage.
Okay, listen. His
But I
save
like him.
percentage is 915, 905, 915, 902, 932, 925, 928, like 921.
And Minnesota?
Yes. He's just had injury problems. When he's hurt, it drops. And that's the
his
biggest
problem.
issue with him. He's a 1990 birth year, so he's not young. You're right. But Campbell's a 92. And
Yeah, he's 1
Campbell's-
year younger, 2 years younger.
Yeah, there's 2 years difference because Campbell's a 92 and he's a 90. So it's like-
that's my point, Michael. Like, my point is like he got 907, and then after that 899, and then after that you have 902, then after that you have 905.
For
My
sure.
point when I said inconsistency is like every 2-3 years you have I don't know your bad year, but he did not get that kind of sign. That's what I was said to you about it.
He's got a real injury problem, Pierre. Like that
Big
is,
time. Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
think,
Yeah.
and he's not
That's
getting
his-
younger. But if you look at it, you go, well, Campbell wants $5 million. This guy wants $5 million.
He was his only second year, Michael, in his career. He played 50 games.
That's the problem. I mean, just always well, wasn't there a year where he split it between like LA and Arizona? I guess it was just those two.
He had only 29.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the biggest year, 57 games.
Yeah.
Definitely his
But
top season.
back to Luciano, he is right. I will keep him over there. I will not go no there. Andy Kuivula, welcome aboard.
Welcome, Nicky.
It's such a weird goalie market. Like Husso might get paid.
Campbell
Like, who's
asking
so
$6 million for your thought.
What? No, that's stupid. He's not worth that, man. This guy's got high risk too. I mean, he's been hurt too. Why would you give him $6 million? You know why? Is because so many teams need a goalie.
Exactly. We have to get the news right now. It's 10 o'clock. I tried to go through everybody, but Price would be a good goalie coach for Montreal. Yes or no?
Sure. Yes.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
But I think Raw would be a better goalie coach, though.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
I think Wah would be the goalie coach, plotting to be the coach, plotting to be the GM.
He probably would.
I think he would. I think he would say. I think at the end of the day, he would say, "I'm the starter tonight. You watch me play tonight."
That's Patrick Wah. He would be like, you know what? You just
Yeah,
watch.
you'd find
sign me
the
for day.
goaltender in the back in
One day,
the
one game, I'm gonna get the
dumpster.
That's Patrick was wild.
But I don't know about coaching. I don't know that personality he has. But again, We never know really. Can we carry Price?
I think Price is going to sail off into his little ranch, and that's going to be it.
Oh, for Price, yeah, he
Yeah.
might. I don't know. That
Yeah.
might be the worst thing for him. I think the worst thing for Carey Price is isolation. Because look what he did in
Probably
silence
it. Yeah.
with the weight of the world on him, and he fell back into substance abuse.
It's too early, Rory, to tell you about next season yet. We have to wait the lineup of the players. Kelly, we need 2 first-round pick, a 4 prospect. About this, Maxstrom is overpaid, Pierre Martin said. Welcome aboard, Pierre.
I don't think Markstrom's paid right.
He's at $6 million.
Yeah.
That's a good deal, man.
Sure it is.
He's number 7-8 on the salary cap. Will the Hurricane also with their goalie Anderson Renta?
The other guy looked really good.
I think they will keep together.
I think they'll keep them. And I think they think that other goalie can really keep stepping up.
Arizona down the franchise. Joke. Do you think NHL will handle this mess?
Nope. It's gonna turn around. They're gonna get their arena deal. That's what that seems to be the reality of it. So they're gonna get the arena they need eventually. They just got to be a little bit patient. They have an owner that they like. He's like the 20th owner in 25 years. No joke. Because it's a recipe for losing 20, 30 million bucks. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're going to play in front of 5,000 people and they're going to lose 20, 30 million bucks. Or they're going to play in front of 12,000 people in a 20,000 seat arena and lose 20, 30 million bucks. There's really no difference. The arena is going to be cheaper. Like it's kind of free. They might actually break even in this scenario. That's what's weird.
But the ticket is breaking at $160 per seat right now. So money revenue ticket, they make almost the same kind of money.
That's the thing. So and they've got they got 25 or 30 million in cap space. So they're going to be at the floor.
But point to look, he said, you're not going to accept this to NFL or anything like that. I can understand this point about that.
Again, you don't get it. The difference between the NFL and the NHL is all the teams get money because of Arizona because it's a top 6 TV market.
Yeah. And then, of course, the contract TV make NHL to be every state recommend this way they make. So I understand your point of view, but on the flip side, like Luke said, it's just not a good for the league to see that.
You know what? If you go to Arizona, and I think Pierre, you've been there, and like we go and we've drafted players from the Arizona Junior Coyotes, or I think they're called Phoenix still, but they have done a great job at the grassroots.
Michael, this amazing. They own 7-8 sheet over there from Temple to Scottsdale to Glendale, right? If you go to the game at the Arizona, guys, it's maybe one of the best place to go before the tailgate, the Macadarido, whatever they call it, the restaurant, Jack Daniel, everything, and from the shopping mall beside the ring. It's just far for the downtown, but otherwise, it's a great place to go. When you think about the Panthers, you have nothing you can tailgate around the rink. They have a good setup, or they're just like Florida is a tourist city, retired people, and they are not into if the team does not win. That's
in Glendale.
Yeah.
But if you go to the other side of town,
now it's another crowd. It's another way. It's just
good shape.
Yeah. It's same thing with Florida Panthers. If ever they move from west side of it's called downtown South Florida, whatever they are, and they move them in Fort Lauderdale area. But now you go to everybody, because why? Now everybody live on the beach. Then you have the train pass there. You have a lot of things you can join the people there. But if people don't go from there to go all the way to the west side with the traffic at 6 o'clock, you're going to show up at 7:30, 7:45. So not an excuse, but it's happening. Can Toronto get Dalbot or Knight or Bob? No Dalbot, no Knight. Bobrovsky, no money. Budget Javi need to be let play. He's a creative player. He has potential. They let him to more pass to make David and then stand in front of the net.
I don't know if he's a creative player. He's very much Josh Anderson.
I don't know have an answer for that. For Michael, is 899 save percentage good for Campbell? No.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
No.
If you want to lose in the first round,
Do you guys think we get 4 prospects for the DeBrincat?
probably.
Yeah. Now
Oh,
prospect
easy.
is
Yeah.
picked together.
Couple
Yeah,
picks.
combined, whatever. Yeah.
Petrie moved this week.
Don't know.
They might be just waiting for the draft to do anything, you know?
Let me call Ken. I can trade Petrie, all right, and go get your 18 overall pick for the Dallas Star and put him someone else with him, give him Joel Armia, and that would be great. I just trade Petrie, Roger. Dallas say yes. The key behind this, if they don't sign Kleinberg, Petrie is value market, and Dallas is really good about that. Do you think the Oilers and the Rangers are sync up Canada? Yes, Rory. Joseph Leham, welcome aboard.
Hey, Joseph.
Chicago won 2 first-round pick and a good prospect for the DeBrincat. The DeBrincat not going anywhere. Interesting about this one over there. If you're hungry, it's time to eat. Leave can clearly score goal. Do the leave need to trade one of the top 4 to build up their defense? I believe yes. It probably
Yes. We've been saying that for a while. Yeah.
Nylander.
Yeah.
The key with Campbell is he wants to play in Toronto. That's huge for me. Max for 5 years. Was not Campbell leave when was that? What about the Hawks? Okay, coach. The Panthers should have hired you as a head coach. Yeah,
There
I
you
should.
go.
Not just kidding, but would be interested with Paul Maris, Chris for sure.
Sure.
Will the Brincat be moved for sure? It remind me Kelly exactly what Jacob Chick run. Everybody tried to threat him. The demand is high, and I'm not sure. Like he said, Joseph, 2 first-round pick and 2 prospect. It's a lot,
Right.
Kelly. Where they at? I think they go at 3 players. I think that would be more available for the New Jersey. What was Price and Weber pleased about if they are injured? Very strange. I have no clue, Roger, about this one over there. I think they can hit the ball, but they cannot run. So they put a little boy beside him. The guy run. I don't know. The Hard will compete clear in the house. Price will be fine hunting and fishing on his ranch for a couple of years, but maybe come back to coach. Great point about this. The rest of the league will pay for them. Think Maxstrom and Pluff is worth $6 million money goalie need a raise. I've never seen a league willing to lose money like NHL. I think that with Lightning should trade Killon over McDonough. It's coming there, my friend. McDonough have a few deficiencies masked by Calgary Sutter system. Who do you leave pick for the defenseman? Who will the league pick for a defenseman? They have a lot at 25th, Jose, Bichel, Chesley, Pickering, Luno, maybe Lane Hudson, if they want to take a big risk over there. And maybe Matyukov is going to be there at the end at 25th. The defensemen at that area, Jose, they have a lot over there. Whatever they want to get, right defenseman or left defenseman. And I forgot more, by the way. Do you guys still the Wild will move Tumba? I don't think so, Terry, this year. Or maybe at a trade deadline. Best game Winnipeg. It is. And not Nick, you said. Successful franchise are pulled from the money Viva profit sharing. What cook and Michael? What do you cook, Michael?
I triggered picanha.
All right. Chicago turned down an offer for 2 first pick and a prospect today. Wow. I said 2 pick, they won't get 4 pick. Where is Michael? Still like out. Caleb is just beside, no problem. Master Chef class tonight, Michael. Yeah, we're going to get there in the next couple of minutes. Zinner Gaming and Zayla and Caroline in the house.
You're welcome.
Initially for above, when Johnson turned down the bringing get King Akia, the Stanley Cup for the next 2 years for an infant ambulance vacation. About this, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get there because that was the purpose of the show tonight. It's talking about what we got for the news today. And it starts with this one over there. They still celebrate in the bar somewhere in Denver. And this is the Stanley Cup parade today, guy. Unbelievable. You have a chance watching this. I watched this on Twitter. It was fun. It was great. Congratulations to Colorado Avalanche and been living in Colorado for a couple of years. I wish I can see that. Unfortunately, it is not. But congratulations for the Colorado Avalanche. And can they repeat next season? And few seconds, Andrew, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes? Michael, yes or no, they repeat?
I mean, it all depends on what they do with Kadri / that spot and probably the goalie situation.
Right.
You know, if they can, if you know, which is not a lot of pieces. Everyone else is like in place. Like, you know, this guy keeps. I don't know. I think people are overlooking him. Like, he might take a little bit of time, but I like Solomonson. Like, I think he should be a top 20, but
I think he would go drop for say by 35. Great defenseman, Sweden again. You know, after Edvinsson, everything like that, but I think it's going to be a great overall. Worst case, second pairing. Worst case, the third pairing, and a great thing for him, maybe second, like defenseman number 4, 3, or 5.
That's not bad.
Showing serious. Kelly said, Elliot Freeman was talking about Chicago on this one. Joseph, you're absolutely right about this, Joseph. And any comment, everything we talk about this tonight, guys, don't hesitate to let us know. That was biggest news of the day, honestly. Derek Lalonde assigned the 28th head coach in Red Wing history. Wow, 28 and what, almost like 100 years. And Vegas have already 3 and 6 years. That's another subject and the time. But the Vegas the Detroit Red Wings signed him. Listen, the reason behind this, we have why him and everything, never been, listen. He's been hiring, and Eisenman guy, he have a plan. Eisenman work with the people, really connect together. And people say, what the heck is, listen, you know exactly what Eisenman, I would never said Eisenman is wrong, because most of the time he's never wrong. So I'm not going to say tonight is a wrong pick over there. He knows exactly, they work together, he know exactly what they talk together, and the culture they want to bring, I think, for me. And you can look, guys, Ferris State University of Denver, then Green Bay Gambler, Toledo in the East Coast Hockey League, Iowa and American Hockey League, Estenko for 5 years over there, and now he's become a Detroit Red Wing. And the respect he got for all the players for Tampa Bay, talked about him today, is priceless, I think. So Tampa Bay is going to be missing Derek Lalonde for sure over there. I don't know, Michael, I know you're a big fan of the Detroit. What do you think about him?
I think we're shocked. I think we're shocked that it went that way, that we weren't expecting it. But I have to agree with you, Coach. I think if Stevie Y is doing it, there's got to be something he knows that we don't.
I mean, I think you really have to project that this guy can be an NHL head coach. Not to say he's not capable. You know, he just doesn't have the track record. His time in the AHL was okay. It wasn't amazing, but he coached some pretty decent players there, like Alex Tuck being one of them.
Yeah.
This to me signals that it's going to be 2 more years of pain if you're a Detroit Red Wings fan, because I don't think this is the guy that's going to elevate them beyond, and that might be the plan, right? Like we said it before when Andrew and I were talking, like Larkin to me is not a true number 1 center. If that's your best guy plugging up the middle there. So if you can keep that asset, keep Bertuzzi, and then either they are still good by the time you get a number 1 center, by the time you get the supporting cast mature enough, by the time Kosa's ready. And then, is this guy the coach still then? I'd be shocked, but maybe.
Here we go.
2 more years of this nonsense.
So the connection about this one, guys, the biggest news of the day is coming from this guy. The Tampa Bay Lightning tried to trade Rand McDonagh. And they sit with him, they explain the situation, they ask him what he would like to play and which team he would like to get traded. And now the job for Julien Brisebois is to find a way to find a home for him. Can he return to work with Derek Lalonde? He like to want to go to Detroit with the Steve Yzerman. Detroit have the money. Detroit, they can get him cheap because the money salary cap open up. I'm sure the connection between Brisebois and Yzerman, if Brisebois can helping Yzerman at the same time, I think that's a perfect fit for me to run McDonough with Zeder, with Edvinson, with the Kronek over there. They need a veteran like him, and I think that would be an amazing, great asset for him. I don't know, Michael, you have anything you want to add about this?
He would be terrific if he's willing to do it. If his relationship with Lalonde is that good, then maybe he buys into it. And there's no problem fitting his number into the salary cap there. Like Stevie Y has done a great job that way of freeing up space. And if he can play with Sider, he can, that's pretty attractive, right? If he could play with, he's a left shot, so he wouldn't play with Edvinson because Edvinson's a left shot. But, they've got Roenick. So if he's paired with either Roenick or Sider, that's pretty attractive. And he'll get like more minutes there than maybe anywhere. If they had him and Stahl and then they put Edvinson in on the third pairing, that's pretty good.
Bring some good leadership there.
The only negative side of this, you have still 4 more years at 6.7.
Ouch.
Detroit doesn't care.
And I think you're right, Michael. I think they got the money.
Yeah,
they got the money.
Who else is going to take it? Arizona? Like, who's got money on the that's free like that?
Detroit, he have a NTC, so he will not go to Arizona. Not many teams can afford him, by the way.
Like, you run out of space. Like, there's New Jersey, Calgary, Arizona, Buffalo, but we know Calgary's going to not have 26 million shortly. They'll have like 12 or 15. Arizona, Buffalo, he ain't going to go to, is he?
Edmonton.
Anaheim? Well,
Edmonton.
How would he fit in Edmonton though? They have 7 million in cap, so that would be
that's their problem, cash.
That's the money problem with Edmonton, but he can sit over there for sure, Andy.
He fit nicely there, but he ain't got the money.
Right. Pierre said Detroit making the move. I think you're right about this one with them. Mr. Danny T, welcome aboard.
Welcome, Danny.
Yeah, absolutely right, Terry, about this one with that. You miss a Cosa with that. Detroit are rebuild mode like Montreal. Why? Because they lose a lot of players. Look about them, and they are getting very close. It's like Yzerman said, it's a plan of 5 years to 7 years. Same thing in Montreal. They should thinking that direction about this. Merci, my coach. Thailand, no problem, Mr. Danny, about this. Let's move on, guys, for the next one over there. The new head coach for the Boston Bruins is going to be Jim Montgomery. Not officially confirmed by the team, but officially confirmed by Kevin Weeks and other people. So he's the new head coach for the Boston Bruins, Jim Montgomery. I think he's great. I think he's been good coach in Dallas Star. He did great assistant coach for the Blues, and I think he's going to be awesome over there.
It's a serious downgrade.
Yeah, I think I was surprised, and I know he's got a great reputation, but for me, I was kind of like disappointed. I thought they would go with somebody with a bigger name, that's got the background, deeper.
But he was dismissed, wasn't he, for conduct related to alcoholism?
Yeah.
He does not drink anymore for 2 years.
Yeah, which is good. However, you're taking a risk on a guy that is not Bruce Cassidy.
I agree.
You just really fired Bruce Cassidy, who 20 NHL teams wanted, and then you're rolling the dice on Jim Montgomery.
I will just stop you there. Patrice Bergeron fired Cassidy.
Pretty much.
And now,
pretty much.
Bergeron isn't even going to play, maybe.
Now he's coming back, confirmed.
Is it?
Yeah. The point behind this, that the rumor is a lot of players complaining about Cassidy, and Bergeron said the rumor is I will not coming back if Cassidy is the coach. Again, I'm not sure. It was confirmed, but not, everywhere. But the players make a big impact on that one over there. A little bit like happening to the New York Islanders.
Yeah. I heard that too.
Great question here from Rogers. I like those questions, Michael, because that helping people to understand the rules of the things. What is entry-level contract amount for the first overall initial pick?
So I think it's 975, but then with bonuses, he might get to 1.5 or 1.8.
Yeah,
but it's
you're absolutely right about this one over there. I think it's 925, but I could be wrong here.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's 925, Roger. Then you can add more bonus after that. It's really always been under $2 million overall, Roger.
Yeah.
And this every year, it never been increasing. You get something usually 800 after that for the lower and the second round pick, and then you can go 3 as a LC. The max year they can sign is 3 years for the entry level contract, and they wait some time. If you are a little bit a second round pick, third round pick, they wait a little bit year after that, and they have to offer him a buffer, a Fiabia, a Fiola Bonner. You have an expression about this before June 1st, the following year. If not, the players can return to the draft pick. If you don't do that, you lose his pick. If you are first one pick, if you look in Mayu, what they did, they gave him that offer sheet, Michael, and they protect them to get a pick second round if they lose him, if he don't sign with the team. Minnesota have a situation right now, and they pick this year number 61 because of that. It's the rules in the NHL for that one. So I know that it surprisingly me too about this one there, about Bergeron, the way he talked about this one. Rebuild look Fleur with a wild card coming soon. I think it will be 2 years until Sebastian Goza will return. I think they will be a better year this year, but I think the year after that, the Detroit Red Wings will be very interesting about this. Big Tuckett is a front runner right now for the Winnipeg Jet.
That's a good spot. Wow. I accept that. I mean, I think that he's an upgrade over Lowry. I tend to think he is. I don't know if he's an upgrade, probably just personality wise over Paul Maurice. They tend to pick very bland people in Winnipeg. Like you look at Claude Noel, like they're very nice people. They're kind of stoic, and he's got a little bit of edge to him. And I think that's what that team needs. Like I think you got players that feel like they're kind of blowing their career right now. So the other problem is, if this doesn't work out, then there's a lot of guys that are going to leave. Like they want out,
I think he's going to bring a lot of grit to their system, which they've been lacking for a long time. So I think it's a good fit. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, Andrew.
I agree with you, and Andy, I agree with you about this one over there. Andy said, I think Tuckett, I lost my mouse.
Make it happen.
Here we go. I think he's right. I think for him, he would not be great for me with an offensive team like Colorado or Edmonton. I think Tuckett fit more with a blue-collar team. And I think for me, that's a good way about this. Terry said, what are your thoughts about Michkov for next year? Top 3 best play, and he's locked out until 25th, 26th.
Superstar.
Yeah.
If you like Kaprizov, you're going to like this guy.
Yeah, that's usually happening, Terry. They keep them. Look what Kaprizov, he came back, at 24? So that's a little bit, a team maybe not want to wait. They will maybe took Fantilippi before him. But otherwise, he's going to be an amazing, great hockey player, and it'll show when he'll be ready. About this, I apologize, Kelly. I saw your questions because we want to talk about the goaltender later, but maybe we don't have no time. So, question for all: will Reimer remain in San Jose?
Who's the general manager?
They don't have GM yet.
Exactly.
God.
I believe they will not keep him. I think they will try to trade him, keep Aaron Hill, and they will trade. They have already Kakkonen.
Yeah,
it's a better
Kakkonen
move.
probably makes a lot more sense. And there's going to be a demand for a guy like Reimer. But
So
they got bigger problems than Reimer.
I think there will be something about this one over there. Do the King try to resign Athanasiu? That's the one I forgot. How does he cost much for them now?
I don't think they can afford him. They can't afford anything.
The Los Angeles King?
No, actually got 11 million, right?
Oh yeah, King has still enough money.
So they got to sign Adrian Kempe. He just had a 34 goal season or something, right? And then they still have they're in pretty good shape. So maybe maybe they get him for
probably sign him.
They have $11 million to spend. They have 7 players to sign. All right. If he's get a bargain like 1.5, he maybe keep him.
Yeah,
Right.
That's probably the truth. You're probably right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
They're
otherwise, they will let it go.
They're spending $11 million on goalies.
You're absolutely right. Look, Afferton about him is a really deal. Now, I don't think he's better to Bedard. I don't think he's better to Mishkov, but
No.
he's number 3 on that rate on that one over there. Biggest problem for the Jet is outside arena. It's boring. After that, I really again about this. All right, let's move on to next one.
Who's better, Adam
Scott
Fantilli?
Wedgwood signed a 2 years contract extension. Well done deal for Scott Wedgman, Mister. Backup number 2. But this kid came late in NHL at 27 years old, I think, and he well done because he deserved it with the New Jersey. He got waived, went to Arizona, he got waived. Then now he's with Dallas. He have a couple as a backup number 2, Michael.
Good.
That's a solid goal over there. I consider him like a Bernian, maybe not, but a Brand Elliott. I think he can be that kind of player. Goaltender number 2 in the NHL.
Wedgwood, first of all, I'll tell you, Arizona loved him. He went in and he kind of gave them hope during the year, and he was holding them in. And they were like, wow, we didn't realize he was this good. So that was the one thing. And I mean, this is another 1992 born player.
Yeah.
And he was the best 92 goalie that was in Toronto. He was the best in the OHL. We had him on our spring teams. He's the type of guy that steals games. When he gets on a hot streak, he's like Binnington. He'll get on a hot streak. He's in the zone. And when he's off a little bit, he's off a little bit. But, man, he can go for 12, 15 games and you can shock you.
Yep. Absolutely about this one over there. I tried to catch up here with everybody. Yes, Kelly, we are back. I live in USA, so I work tomorrow, Kelly. And I don't have holidays, me, at that moment. Who will Kraken get to replace Trigger? Terity, great question about this. We're going to answer this very soon. Goal injury are devastating for Kraken at this point. Good Michael, Sportnet could use you. And Martin John, what happened with him? You have free run at that moment for him. So that's what he got right now.
Yeah.
He got paid for a long time and not being very good.
The Buffalo Sabres signed a veteran, 19 season in NHL, 41 years old. Buffalo Sabres is going to start his second year over there. I think he's 17 or 19, 12 and 2. With a save percentage of 9-1-2. Great for me. This guy loved the game. I see him many times in Florida during the off season. He have a house here. He practices with the boys in August, and he loved to be here. But the guy loved the game. I think that's a great for the Buffalo Sabres. They still have a backup number 2, and he's going to teach the people around. He's a great mentor, and they have already Leo Kokinen over there. They can get. But I think, Michael, this is a great pick. I don't know, Andrew, what you think.
I don't think it's too bad. He played well for them this year, so I think, why not go another round with him? He'll be good for the kid. Yeah.
I mean, I think if they're trying to figure out, is the Finnish kid ready or is he ever going to be ready? I think he's a good goalie. I think that they've got a good goalie there. So having another year with Craig Anderson around, was he 43?
Great influence. Yeah.
How old is he? He's got to be 43, right?
He's up there.
It's
I
41.
thought 41.
41.
41?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, he can be 42 this year, but he's 41 right now.
Wow. Good for
So
him.
few goal getting available for the
Great
Oilers. Yeah,
personality.
absolutely right.
Great
And about this.
Went through all
Um,
that with his wife and the cancer, right? And
Park Monkey said, will you trade Girard for Sam Bennett?
who's like you're saying Florida? Yes.
All right. So that welcome
I'm-
aboard.
what do you guys
Still
think?
good.
What do you think,
Cole, you
guys?
said your show was right, this, and you changed your mind, and now you tell me Bedard is better que Fantilli. Low see it. Michael,
Bedard is not. Bedard's always better than Fantilli.
Bedard has always been better to Fantilli for sure. Yeah. William said, do you think the Avalanche keep Kadri?
No.
Not after his little tirade, maybe. I don't know.
No.
They might, but
Today, Kadri said the Colorado want to keep him.
I think that at the right number they keep him, but I
Yes.
think honestly that it's a mistake. I think if they're smart, they let him go, and then they make a play for JT Miller at some point.
Oh, yeah. That would be nice.
But that would cost them something in return.
Sure, Sammy Girard, pick something. I mean,
They don't take Girard, you have Queens.
yeah,
I don't
that's
think
true.
so. They have what the Vancouver is looking for.
Yeah, Justin Barron might have been more interesting.
I think for me, if JD Miller can go to Rangers and they have to keep pay Schneider, John, along this to get there with maybe Philip Schedel.
Holy crap! I'm not trading Schneider for that. I don't know. What is JT Miller's only
I
got
would
next
give up
year on
on
the
that.
contract, right? And he's free agent.
I'm sorry?
He's only got 1 year on
Yeah,
his deal.
yeah.
So I mean, he is a leader. He is a game breaker.
But my point to you, Michael, they can trade Schedel and maybe the defenseman John, something like that, for JD Miller.
Yeah, they do
They
that.
want
but
it,
I
not
wouldn't
right
do-
now. The conversation to trade Schedel for Pierre-Luc Dubois.
For who?
Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Wow.
And Scheidel?
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't understand how good that guy is.
Well, now again, that's that trade bait. Like I'm just telling you about this. Micro, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us tonight. Check out our stream, but if we can, 5,000. Anderson, the NHL drum buddy. I remember when Anderson bounced back, a fought between American and NHL, good for him, Terry said. Anderson should keep changing his number to match his age. That's a good one over there. That one over there. Breaking news: others signed Bill Renford next year to back up Mike Smith. And they said,
Oh my god. Isn't he younger than Mike Smith?
Probably is.
He's got more cut.
too much. No. I not said all together. Look, I was just explaining the player they will have to get for him. This was been for goalie. The keep per Darren Dredger. The Tampa Bay are working on extension with Nick Paul. I would not be surprised. Paul
I
wants to
think
stay
so.
there, and I think they can get him under $3 million. Avalanche should keep negotiation and let Kadri go.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mr. Angelo.
Is everybody overvaluing Nichushkin now?
Sorry again?
What's that?
Is everybody overvaluing Nichushkin though?
I like that kid.
He's not a kid. He's like 27.
Yeah, but he did very well. Like you talk about
He played
power.
well in that playoff. He
But
was
Michael,
very
if
good.
you think about this year, a lot of players have first year, and like Odenger, he's only first year. Troy Terry is only first year. You have a lot of players this year. They have an amazing first year.
Jake Ottinger is like a lot younger.
He's only 23 years old.
That's what I'm saying. Like Nichushkin's been around the block. He's been to Russia and back literally. He's had false starts.
There you go. It was waived by the Dallas Star. My point to you is maybe with Colorado, he have a great year, and they expect him to be the same way with Ratanen and McKinnon.
Oof. Yeah. That's why I say, like, are people overvaluing? Because they're talking about big money for him.
Oh, you don't go to get 7, 8 million. You go to fit $5 million for him.
Wow, I think that's a lot for him.
At 30 gold per year?
30. When's he ever scored 30 goals?
No, but if you look his playoff, how much goal he has? Like 9, 10?
Yeah, he was very good for Dallas in their playoff run. I do agree with that. But he's never, like, if you look at, he's had 1 year where he legitimately had the offense that you would expect of him.
He seems to be a playoff player to me.
He played great with Dallas, exactly. Like, his best games in Dallas were in the playoffs. Now, he did have a very good regular season. He had 52 points and 60.
Oh, by the way, he was great under Jim Montgomery. Just kidding.
Well, they should trade him to Boston.
They waive him.
Who is better, Valeri Nichushkin or Denis Gurianov?
Nikushin. I understand you love Gurianov, but Gurianov didn't prove anything yet.
But neither is
close.
Nichushkin. Nichushkin had 1 year, and if you look, Gurianov is younger, same size, and he's a better goal
But
scorer.
Nikushin, what he proved, and the playoff he scored, he played.
But so did Gurianov in their run. And he was the leading goal scorer on that team like the year after. So
I
that's
don't
why
see
say
Gurianov right now. Like, Gurianov, yeah, but only what?
he had a terrible year, but they didn't play him.
Well, yeah,
This
but
is-
that's the reason why. Why he
But
did not
that
let
was-
him play.
That was Nichushkin before this year. That's
You
my
have 11
point.
goals this year.
Right.
You have only 12 goals last year.
How many goals did
Then 20
Nichushkin
goals
have?
after that. But he never crossed Michael Gurianov right now, 31 points at 24.
Okay. How many goals did Valeri Nichushkin have last year? 10.
No,
He
no.
had 13 the year
I'm saying
before.
right now,
And he had
Nikushin, guys.
0.
Nikushin is going to score more goals right now at Gurianov every year. Because he played first line, he played 16, 17, 18 minutes. That's the reason. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, Nikushin is going to have more goals at Gurianov.
If that continues to be the case, you're right.
It's going
Right?
to be interesting to see if he can.
Like,
And
that's
And the
kinda my
problem
point.
with this, Michael, look, he played 14 minutes per year, per game. So it's 14 minutes about almost like third line for sure about this.
Yeah, like again, if you think Gurianov, this is kind of my point. Like Gurianov, he played 64 games, he had 20 goals. So it's very similar production to what Nichushkin. And then he dropped to 12 and he dropped to 11. And if you look at Nichushkin, he's never had 20 goals before. So I just worry, like, given that guy, they're talking $6 million for him. I'm like,
No, I said 5 million less.
yeah, I could see 4.5 or something.
Yeah.
Like if Tyler Toffoli is a more legitimate goal scorer than he is, and is one.
And
Stanley
I think
Cup,
any team is going to give him more $5 million, Michael, is maybe a mistake.
that's my point. That is
Yeah.
absolutely my point. And I keep hearing $6 million and 5 at
Yeah.
term is scary for him.
Yeah. Here we go. I have a lot of questions right now. We're supposed to get out and then we get here. Here we go. Hold on. We're going to wrap up, everybody. Don't go nowhere. And everything started that trouble because the Buck Monkeys question. Just kidding, buddy. We love you. Have you heard about Eric Stahl not retired yet? It's done, Terry. The only way could go, he can play in Europe. He's not going to go there. He'll have to live in Minnesota. He will stay in that area. I would not be surprised if Eric Stahl stay in hockey, management, coach, or something like that.
I would not be surprised
Coach
to see this
junior
guy
or something.
for 30
I could see that.
So
I
again,
could see that.
When we thought Eric Stahl was done in Carolina, and then he went to Minnesota and was like, well, we got a 25 goal scorer. Oh, wait, we got a 35 goal scorer. And he played Team Canada. He does not want to quit. And I think
No,
he
he
thinks
loves the game.
In Montreal, he looked like he was done. But he's like
Yeah.
one of those horses that you just never know.
But there's a lot of players that went to Montreal that looked like they were done. You know?
Yeah,
don't worry about this, Joe. He will not go for Kadri in Montreal. You're welcome, William. Any question you have, don't hesitate at any time. Who will split time with Nedeljkovic for Detroit?
Nobody knows. I think it's going to be. I honestly thought they might sign Wedgwood because he was UFA, and I was like, maybe they signed Wedgwood and they got Hellberg and they signed that other goalie. I don't think they're in a rush to like. Is anybody talking about Thomas Greiss? Like Greiss was making 3.6 million and he had an off year, but he's not a bad goalie. Like
I think he will keep him at less at $2 million for 2 years.
right. If like you think they'll keep Greiss? I think they're done with Greiss.
I think they will if they pay, like I said, $2 million for 2 years I think it's a good deal. Prepare Kosa the next after that.
I don't think they're going to keep him, Pierre. They don't like him.
I know that, but my point is like any team want him at $2 million. But if they go with Martin Jones and I don't know.
How dare you say Martin Jones in Detroit in the same
I know that. I know. That's what I did it. I did it for you.
Jesus Christ.
That's right there about that one there. Will Gibson still be with Anaheim? And then it's funny, guys. Everybody talk about goaltender. I'm supposed to have I'm supposed to talk about this.
I think.
Pierre, did you see the thing I sent?
Here we go, guys. It was my subject tonight, but we cannot talk tonight about this tomorrow night. All the team for the goalie. Colorado, Vegas, Edmonton, Toronto, Minnesota, Washington, New Jersey, Montreal, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, St. Louis, Arizona, and Chicago.
Wow.
What? Well, let's calm down on Montreal. They got Jake Allen. They got Primo. They got Montembeault.
Yeah. They'll ride it out for a couple of years.
No, because now they're looking to trade for Michael Pietro
What?
For
for
who?
Vancouver.
Why?
They don't have Montembeault. Montembeault is
really?
UFA. Or they don't
Oh,
want
is
to
he
get him sign a contract RFA, whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, what is with Washington? I would take Samsonov. If I am
So
Detroit,
Samsonov and Vanecek is inconsistency, and they try to trade Samsonov to them.
trade Samsonov to Detroit, and they will fix him. Because 2 years ago, I didn't think he was that bad. I thought he was really good. They won a cup. He won a cup with-
Inconsistency.
Yeah.
Well, lots of goalies are inconsistent. I mean,
I understand, but talking about inconsistency, Nikoshin is talent, but he flash, but not consistency. Yeah, they are. Can Nikoshin keep that? He did the light season, percent that will, but I think people would think more. He's going to again below $5 million. I think he get. Can we get Asuri back to the one the cup for Colorado? Not really, Pierre. He's a RFA, and they love him. I think he's going to sign a contract about $4 million over there.
yeah, but you got something better. You got Justin Barron.
Yeah.
I think you're going to really like Justin Barron.
Oh yeah. I don't think so. He talked that way. He just see can we get Asuri back here. If Piquet René were to work for Nashville, who would he work for? The coaching staff?
Goalie coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Angelo, he predict Washington, Philadelphia. That's a good point here.
Well, Washington could make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think you've got a veteran coach there that could handle that and is not afraid of that, and he might have a huge impact on that lineup. He also might be as erratic as they are. Philadelphia, man, they should not do that.
Nikoshin is a lot cheaper que Kadri. That's the reason he will try to keep him over there.
They don't pay him $6 million.
For Andrews, would Saros be available for the league? No.
Yes,
Not a chance.
for Austin Matthews.
He won't be. He won't be. He won't be available.
William Snyder said Nikoshin remind me Kaminsky and Grey Mosquito.
I actually don't. I don't agree with that at all. Kaminsky was a world-class superstar talent.
Welcome,
Like, that
Mr.
guy
Kilo.
was Ooh, he was so talented. Like Valerie Kamensky, when they came over, remember Rendezvous 87? You're like, who the hell's this guy? And they're like, oh, he's the next great Russian. He was so talented.
Kilo, did we really discuss the major trade next year? Not yet. I don't think so. If you have any trading about this, let us know. TH, welcome aboard with Kilo. Who was the best player you guys ever saw, coach, in your lifetime?
Pierre?
That's a lot on my age.
I've scouted a lot. I've scouted Drew Doughty. I've scouted Stamkos. I scouted Tavares. I scouted Peter Angelo. Like, I was really lucky. Like, I got to scout all those guys. Coach was Ryan. I mean, Ryan was the best player I ever got to coach. Like, I learned more from Ryan O'Reilly than he learned from me. That's for sure.
Coach me was Olivier Latendresse,
Heart and soul.
Corey Crawford, Maxime Lapierre. Not like super elite NHL, but that caliber of the players been that age area. Was AAA in Montreal. I coached and Colorado Foot.
Oh yeah, that's right. Which one?
Thunderbird. Both of them played together. Cal.
Yeah.
And so that year we're there.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And the son at Joe Saki was not very good, but that's another subject one at a time.
Oh, Chase?
Should get cadré. Others should get cadré OMG Pierre Martin. Matt Murray will be done today. Matt Murray is possible to be at somewhere. Kilo, does anybody know how the Flyers look next year?
If the Flyers are healthy, there's three things that are really important. Sean Couturier's health, Kevin Hayes' health, and Ryan Ellis.
That's Farabi. That's a big problem there.
Who?
Farabi.
That is a problem, right? Like the health thing is a big deal for this team.
The health is a big.
Then you don't know Ryan Ellis.
Yeah,
that's what I just said. Like,
and you don't know Kevin Hayes.
Well, I just said that.
Okay, I don't know. I just mentioned.
I just said Sean Couturier, Kevin Hayes, and Ryan Ellis.
Okay, I got just Couturier at the beginning.
You only pay attention to the French names.
No, I don't get it. I did not listening because I read the people and the same time you talk. But I know you mentioned those three names now.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. And Faraby's a problem, but he's not. If you hit those three guys, and you don't worry, because Kevin Hayes is a big centerman. He's a good leader. He's a 200-foot player. He'll probably get you 22 goals, something like that. He'll fit in really well with Tortorella. Couturier will fit in really well with Tortorella. Good 200-foot player, can score, point a game. So those are good things. And Ryan Ellis is very, very, very underrated. So if those three guys are healthy, they're a much better team.
I don't know if they can count on Ellis being healthy enough, though. He's the one guy to me. I don't see it.
I don't know. He never really had injury problems before, did he? This is a big injury.
He's had injuries before, so it's just that. Yeah, it's just they stacked up now. That's all. Catching up to him.
Question for Key, but I will say to you, Key, it's not about confidence, about the money they request. They cannot pay him. Vegas have Leonard Kelly, but they tried to move him out, Kelly, and that's the reason we put him. Brossois is going to be possible to be out. They have Thompson over there for sure, backup number 2. Can we talk about Michael DiPietro? Can we take Michael? Yes, you could. Blackhawks. You can. Chicago have no goaltender right now. They would take anybody. Kalap says Samsonov, Netankovich sound good to me. Fans are the Detroit Red Wings.
Great, thank you.
Montembeault bought a house in Laval. Pierre Martin said, yeah, I heard that about this. Leonard need to be moved, need fresh start for under him. I think you're right. New Jersey as Bernier coach. Yes, unfortunately, is maybe not returning Kelly. Why we put New Jersey is because they want to trade Blackwood at the same time. Questionable goaltender situation over there. They have 2 young goalie over there, Nico Dawes and Schmidt. But again, maybe too young to return a full time. How about this avalanche visit? Rivalry, the Wings fan was watching the commentary about the Rena, until we're watching a cup with Bill. It was great about this one. Montreal have enough to deep for the goal. I'm not worried at all they rebuild. So I don't know why they're looking for DiPietro. Something I don't get it. By the way, DiPietro is my last name. Blackhawks. All right. Danny William de Souza Arena. Please give that. Question, Campbell to New Jersey, Jose. They could sign him as a UF3, Jose, but I don't know if New Jersey will offer him $6 million for him.
Pierre, remember, did you see the one message I sent you where I posted on Facebook in 2011 at the NHL draft?
I did not see it, no.
And it was, I took a screenshot of it. So 2011 draft, they picked Musial, Frank Musial's kid, David Musial, instead of John Gibson. And I was like, what are they doing? They need a goalie in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Oh. It's like, now they're going to try and trade for him.
They have a story this morning from Arpu Bazou. He's a reporter in Montreal. And they talk about the situation about the GM like Jack Hughes, right? You have a son, Kate Hughes, you have a son, everything like that. He said, and the year Max Stone got drafted, you have a GM somewhere on the team. He didn't mention any name. And the team, they draft the son of the GM and they let go Max Stone. And then the team after that, they draft Mike Stone. So the story to just talk about this sometime is really, you have to be careful to go just because you're round number. I think Stone was 5'6", I believe, Stone.
6th round.
Yeah. So that's the story about this one over there. Angel said Backstrom would be end up long term. Frazier, $8 million to Forgettery. Yeah. Kaminsky was a true superstar. Yeah. I think he was pretty good about this. What your full name, Nick, for the Beno? John McGill, Dubron's head coach, thought about this K-Lab. Michael is so. Look, it's not Bruce Cassidy, but Boston, unfortunately, I don't know which direction. It's going to be a really hard time for him next year with 6-7 injuries. We have to give them, but he did very well overall in Denver. He did very well with the Dallas Star. Looked like his range is back like he's supposed to be. Will be interesting. Did very good job. The St. Louis Blues very happy about him. They wish him the best. Marcel Dion, the best player.
What do you mean? Ever?
Who?
Yeah.
Marcel Dion was amazing. I mean, but
he was phenomenal.
But he said best player. I don't think so. That's my point.
I mean, he's a top, I don't know, what do you think, 12 all time? 12, 15? He's pretty high up there, but.
He's up there.
Caleb Pavel Colbert. Arizona, Edmonton, Toronto, New Jersey. Will Columbus be battled for the Wild Card next year? No.
No.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have a little bit of a regression from Columbus. Like they hung in tough for a long time. They're overrating their goaltending. Sillinger is, might have a little
good
bit of
team,
soft
Michael.
one.
They have a good draft pick. They still have again a good year this year. They remind me a lot of the New Jersey Devils.
Did they sign Laine yet, or is he still restricted?
Is RFA.
Still, he's not re-signed yet.
No.
So that's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. I thought he played very well last year. I think on defense they've got a lot of good pieces, but I don't think they're going to get better than they are.
TH, who do you think would be the first goalie draft?
Brennan maybe, or the Finnish kid.
Yeah, I think so. Yep. So right there. Do you think that see the Saint John? Can we see the Saint John? What you think about? Do you think that see the Saint John? Michael, your team is Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicolas, the reason they talk about this because they expect Carey Price not going to return next season. Terrence Rogers said Mike Smith is very likely to go on the long term for the rest of the contract at the others Anderson and Uso and Campbell. It makes sense.
God.
Montreal is loading goalie. The prospect, they have a good prospect over there.
But Pierre, they know they got to get rid of one of Puya Harvey or Yamamoto.
Exactly.
So why would you not push all in? And even if you traded both of them, because you've got Dylan Holloway, you got Borgo, and you got Broberg, move both of them and get John Gibson.
Yeah.
No, because then they don't do this, but I would say to you, you take Yamamoto or Bujujavi, you add Brober, and you add someone else, and you trade them to Samsonov and Edmonton.
I think they're looking to move Barry because they know Broberg.
Barry, exactly. I'm sorry, Barry, Yamamoto or Bujujavi, and a third round pick for Samsonov.
For Samsonov, sure,
yes.
Why not?
I would targeting Washington if I was Edmonton. Cheaper contract, and I think with Edmonton he's going to be fine, and you can take that money to pay Evander Kane or maybe someone else.
Yep.
And they open up your right defenseman. Bouchard is going to be your star on that side over there. You get $4 million for Barry, and you get $2-3 million. I think that would be a great deal for them. They don't get Gibson at $6 million anyway. I think for me that would be better way. You get a younger goaltender. If I was there, that would be. It just makes sense.
Either one of those moves, I'm okay with. I think Samsonov is a little bit more risk, but he's already won a cup, and he's playing in Party Central, man. Like I don't think having that many party animal Russian guys around, the Russian party machine in Washington, is not a good influence on him or Kuznetsov. So if you get him out of there, he might end up being a real damn good goalie. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah, maybe that's what's causing it.
Jose said, Marcel Dion from St. Catherine, Ontario. By the way, Marcel Dion have a nice restaurant. You have a chance to stop by. He's there all the time. I've been there like 3 years ago, 2019-18.
where's that?
At St. Catherine area where he's born, like just a Niagara Falls. Yeah.
Sorry.
Elvis or Columbus is not good. The goaltender hotel have never been what he was before in the past, sir.
Elvis started out very, very good last year. He was very motivated. And he was like, I'm going to win the Vezina. And then you look at his numbers, they dropped like really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
He definitely fell.
DH said, do you think the 2015 draft was potential to be a good or nearly as good as the 2003 draft?
For sure.
It was pretty damn good.
That was a crazy draft. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes, it was the beginning. Michael DeLaney was at the beginning. Kelly, I don't know, respect for the review on my video for investor the commentary. About to Edmonton or Bob or Knight. Terry, no. Talbot still Minnesota have only a low contract. He will not go nowhere. Bobrovsky, the money is a problem. They will never try Spencer Knight, Terry, and over there.
Yeah, they're going to have time.
The quiz coming back very soon, guys. Don't go nowhere. I'll just try to be sure we're going to get there tomorrow. But that is weird because he's a left shoulder, but according to Sanezic, he's play better on the right side, so he can maybe replace Barry on that side. Where is Jonathan Quick from? Somewhere in Connecticut.
maybe. He's American anyway, right?
Yeah, definitely American.
Where's he from? Heck, Milford, Connecticut.
Milford. Yep.
What a pretty place.
Have a good night, Alan. About this one there, we'll get there. And moving quickly, guys, about this one over there. I don't know how I got this one. Not this one over there, but this one over there. The Ottawa Senator signed today Mr. Mann. I don't know, Troy Mann or Tanner Mann, assistant GM. And then Ryan Bonus, the son of the head coach, become the assistant general manager also for the Ottawa Senator. Another promotion about this one over
Ryan,
there.
I saw that. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
He's running the AHL team, right?
Yep. Olivier got traded today to Columbus Blue Jacket for the 4th-round pick 2022 for Olivier. I believe it was a 4th-round pick, or 5th-round pick. First player born in Mississippi, Biloxi. When his dad played for the Seawolf. So that's the story. And then we know about Rand McDonough. And if you go all the way to everything, look like we set up through a cup for the day. What happened if Edmonton, Toronto are in the Stanley Cup final next year for the man for ranking?
Anyway.
For many years, we don't get anybody from Canada. What's the chance to get two at the same time?
0.
Question: if you coach put on his uniform, what coach do you want? If your coach put on his uniform, what coach do you want?
Like as a player, or I'm not sure what that means. What do you guys think it means?
I have no
Or are we
idea.
just saying? So I mean, I don't know. You're saying who the best coach and player was?
That's got to be it.
You're welcome, Terry. TH said for a trade package between the Islanders Flame, what do you think it will take to get Oliver Killington?
I mean, why would they do this? I don't know.
Because he loved the Islanders, and he believe also like you and me, he likes a lot Killington.
Yeah, I like Killington, but I don't know.
A second round pick?
Yeah, well, it's hard to say. Is he a top 4 defenseman?
4 and 5.
Yeah, because he can play on a second power play unit. So,
But I think for me, I would take him a second round pick.
yeah, so why would you trade him? I would never move him for a second round pick. It just took 5-6 years for him to develop.
Do you think TH? Do you think the Flame would like to get Pajot for the bottom 6?
not for him. I would keep him over.
I don't think so. Calgary want to trade him, but I just tried to get some name over there for the other point about this one over there.
So long here, like you just keep him. Don't worry about it.
Here we go. Time for the best of the show tonight. After Michael finished to talk, it's time to play the game tonight. 5 questions. As you know the drill, you know how this works, and we wish the best for everybody. And we'll see what's happening tonight for this easy question tonight. What you talk about? It's not about the numbers, it's about memories. So you have to remember who did it, who did not do it, and it will be interesting if you can get it. So good job, everybody. Thank you so much, Kelly. And are you ready for the question number 1 of the day? Here we go. We are ready to rock and roll. Question of the day number 1, mister. Here we go. From 2010 to 2011, I apologize, to present, which player has the most goal against Roberto Luongo in the NHL? For the season 2010-2011, who has the most goal against Roberto Luongo? Sidney Crosby, Mike Cammarelli, Steven Stamkos, John Tavares, or Patrice Bergeron? Who has the most goal against Roberto Luongo?
So where did he play the most during that time? Would he have played more years in Florida or Vancouver?
RG said C. Joe said Q. 1 is B. We have Nicolas B, Angelo D, Jose Duarte said E. Joseph Lahan B, Terry Titus C, Danny, Gerard, welcome aboard, Mr. Gerard Busco. Thanks to be with us, said B. Blackhawk said A. Luc Lafortune said B. Ron King said D. We have DH said B. We have Andy Koivula said B. And so in time we wait for the meeple almost someone again. I believe he was on Vancouver at that time. Zenit Gaming said E. Thank you so much, Zenit. We start with Michael DiVillano.
God, I don't know. Stamkos? C?
C for Steven Stamkos and Mr. Andrew.
E.
E for Patrice Bergeron.
Oh my God!
Pierre Martin said A for Sidney Crosby. And
Mike Camilleri.
Danny T said E.
Mike
Kelly,
Camilleri
Kelly, what she said, Kelly? Kelly, she said.
Your goal scorer.
Yeah, I liked him.
So I'm trying to think of like who did Camilleri play for the most?
Calgary.
Did he play
John
the most?
Tavares.
That's what I was wondering.
Wow.
Maybe he did because he's Vancouver, right? Did he play the most years in Vancouver
I don't think so. I think it was with Florida Panthers.
or Florida? Because he was there twice,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go. The winner of this one, Angelo, and Ron with 20. Got John Tavares. Congratulations about this one over there.
Really
So,
wouldn't have thought
question number 2, guys. Here we go. From 2001, who scored the most goal against Martin Brodeur?
God.
Watch out. Pay attention. That's not called 99, 98, 97. After 2000, who scored the most goals? Joe Thornton, Sidney Crosby, Martin Saint-Louis, Simon Gagné, or Ilya Kovalchuk?
Who would he have played the most against? I guess he could play Crosby.
Joe Lavetrie said A. I know. Sorry, Nicolas, about that. I knew it. But Terry Titus said A. Gerard Busco said B. Caleb said C. Jose Duarte said B. Danny said B. Blackhawk said C. Angel said B. Luc Lafortune said C. Nicolas said D. DH said C.
I have no idea.
Nicolas, he said, yeah, I got it. Ron King said E. Zenit Gaming said C. Angelo, where are you? Said B. If you turn that, it's time now to go start with Mr. Andrew. Pierre Martin said E. Zenit Gaming said C. Joseph Lam said D. Mr. Andrew?
I'm going to go with B.
B, Sidney Crosby. And Mr. Michael DiVillano.
I have no idea. I'm going to guess Martin St. Louis.
Martin St. Louis. Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is Kelly said C. D. Simon Gagné has the more goal against Martin Brodeur. Nicolas de Beauby, José Laham, and Luc Lafortune score on that one. Congratulations. And that's bring us to question number 3 of the night.
I guess he scored a lot, right, with Philly?
Yeah, he scored a lot.
Here we go. Question number 3, ladies and gentlemen. From 2010 and 11 to present, which player has the most points in the NHL? Sidney Crosby, Patrick Kane, Alex Ovechkin, Steven Stamkos, or Claude Giroux?
Wow.
Here we go. Blackhawk said B. RG said C.
So it's like 11 years, right?
Yeah. José Duarte said C. Gérard said C. Joe Laveltrie said B.
That's tough, man.
We have Terry T said C. Nicolas said Crosby A. Kelly said B. Angelo said C. I got it wrong. I don't care. Blackhawk said TH said B. Andy said E. Luc Lafortune said E. Pierre Martin said C. TH, I have a feeling I'll be 03. Joseph Laham said E. Zenit Gammon said B.
God, is that 11 years?
Kelly. And la réponse est Stamkos, en 2%. Here we go. Mr. Michael DiVillano.
God, I don't know. Like, something tells me Patrick Kane.
That's your final answer?
I think so. I don't know. That sounds right. But he only came in the league in 2000.
Andrew.
No, that's right.
C.
Yeah.
Alex Ovechkin.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
But B,
What, Drew?
Patrick Kane. Michael DiVillano score. We have TH. We have
luck on that one.
Joe Laveltrie, Kelly, Zenit Gaming, and we have Luc Lafortune before that. And that's what we got at that moment. Congratulations about this one over there. The good news after 3 guys, everybody is at 1. Nobody have 2 good answers so far. So we have to move on. Question number 4 of the day.
Blackhawks, why didn't you pick them? What's wrong with you?
Patrick Kane, yeah, it was. Since 2000, 2001, which team has the most W in the regular season? Boston, Pittsburgh, Washington, San Jose, and Detroit. Good luck, everybody.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Caleb, you have it. I'm sorry, I did not mention your name, Caleb. Ron Wick King said I have 2. Really? All right. RG said Pittsburgh.
Combined, right?
Joe Laveltrie said A.
12. So it's like 20 years? God, I bet
Yeah.
you it's Washington.
Hey, Mark. Welcome back, Mr. Mark. Thanks for being with us tonight. He said A. Terry said C. Blackhawk said B. My hot one to said E. Gerard Bosco said A. Nicolas said D. Jose said C. Zenit Gaming said D. Danny T said B. Ron Wick King said A. We have San Jose for Nicolas. Got it. E. Angelo. Joseph B. THC. Luc Lafortune A. Caleb D. We have Andy E. Pierre Martin B.
I mean,
Here we go. Andrew.
so that's like 21
B.
years. Like,
B.
B.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Got
it's
it.
Pittsburgh.
and then Mr. Michael DeVillano.
God, there's some lean years early though for Pittsburgh, wasn't there?
Kelly said C, Washington.
But Washington had a few
Man,
years.
something's telling me Washington.
But
I'm gonna go C with Washington. I don't
Washington.
Oh my God!
Boston.
Oh. And that was the
What?
second team I was going to go with.
Boston.
I didn't even thought that.
I was
How many times they missed the playoff? Think about this.
Never.
So Washington win. Ron King take the lead at 3. Luc Laforcine at 2. Following by Joe Lavaltrie at 2. Or all at 2 at that moment. Congratulations. We have the last question of the night. Here we go.
Wow, really? So they have the most wins. Crazy.
But now we have to go reverse. 2000-2001. Which team has the most loss in regular season? Florida, Arizona, Buffalo, Columbus, Edmonton. If the win was hard, this one is harder.
This is tough. Like Columbus has had some bad years, right? Edmonton had some bad years, but Edmonton also made the finals.
Luc
Arizona,
Laforcine, 3 for me, coach.
Florida.
All right, look. Here we go. Let's go. Oh my God, this is great. RG B, Jose B, Gerard C, Jose Lavetrie D, Terry Titus D, Zenith Gaming C.
I mean, when was the last time Buffalo made the friggin'?
I got it. Zenith C, Edmonton Nicolas, Blackhawk C, Luc Laforcine coach, Marc Robinas said D, Angelo said C. Jose Lam said C. Andy said A. Mr. 88 back in the house tonight. Welcome aboard. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Ron with King said D. And we have also Luc Laforcine C. About this. And this one is tough. Caleb said C. Here we go. And we start right now with Michael DeVillano. He said C.
I might keep picking C though.
Pierre Martin said C, Buffalo.
I gotta think it's Buffalo, but they did it some good years in the 2000s. So I don't know. Florida? Maybe it's Florida. I'm gonna go A.
Florida. Not many said A, by the way. And Mr. Andrew.
B.
B, Arizona.
This is a tough one.
Kelly said D. The answer to this one, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh my God!
Columbus.
Wow,
Oh my
really?
God.
Columbus.
Really? Oh my
They were
God.
terrible before Tortorella, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yep. Florida was number 3 that, if not, it was, if I don't, Columbus, Arizona, Florida, or Columbus, Florida, Arizona, Buffalo, after that one over there. So the winner today alone is Mr. Ron with Kings 20. Ron with Queen 20 at 4 and 5 tonight. Congratulations. Followed by Luc Laforcine. And we have Caleb Sars also. And then Joe Lavaltrie have 3 good answers. Mark have a 2 with Kelly with 2. Congratulations. But the only one we have tonight is Mr. Ron with Kings 20. And that's conclude, guys. A little bit longer show. We apologize, but we have a great time. We talk about it, a lot of things about this. Tomorrow night we are back. If you guys you're back tomorrow, we're going to talk about all the players possible to be on the trade bait. 30 of them, and we have to figure out if they're going to be trade or not. So that's the subject tomorrow. We are off Saturday night. We are back Sunday. Sunday is starting the NHL draft, everybody. So that's happening about this. Congratulations, Ron. Any words before we leave, Mr. Andrew and Michael DeVillano?
Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We didn't talk about the WHL thing. I don't know. That was.
Oh,
really
we forgot about this one over there.
Really
So
interesting.
my last thing, guys, the trade today, Thunderbird for Saskatoon for Seattle for Brett Lambert, the rights of Brett Lambert. So, Michael, anything you want to talk about this?
So the first move, this, and you guys probably aren't so much aware of this, when we had the first US draft in the WHL, and the first overall pick ever in the US only draft, because normally it was all lumped in with the one draft, was a kid at Shattuck St. Mary's named Grayson Sachin. And he spurned the league and he went US development, even though he's from Calgary originally, or he's Calgary, Edmonton. So fast forward, they draft Luke Sachin, and we're like, why would you draft Luke Sachin, his brother? Then they traded yesterday for Grayson, and then today they traded for Brad Lambert. So if you know Seattle, they had 99 points this year. We had 100. We had major injuries. They went to the final, and they have a lot of guys back. And now if they've just picked up Lambert, they've just picked up the Sachin brothers. That they're, Billy, who used to be our director of player personnel, like, I don't know if he's crazy like a fox or he's got this already up his sleeve, but I mean, I think he's added 3 amazing assets, and Lambert could be the best player of all of them.
Yeah,
So
we bet really interesting to see that. Who is going to draft him, first of all, and then if he's going to return in the OHL or not. He's going to be only 19 years old, so you can see. Michael, do you know about this, the rules? Like, if you are 20 years old or if you play 4 years, you can go in the American Hockey League.
You can be, 20 for sure. 18 you can't, but 19-year-olds can play in the AHL.
I don't think so. At 19, you can.
Yeah, you can't. Like, if I get drafted this year, I'm 18. But if I'm 19, I can. But if you're also from Europe, then they can loan you. You're right.
But I'm talking about the junior. So the only way you can get there is only when you age out. So when you talk about 19, he turned 20 that year.
But there are 19-year-olds that have played in the AHL, I believe. So next year, Olin Zellweger won't be 20 and he's going to play in the AHL. Like I'd be shocked if he's back with us.
So exactly, but he could not come this year.
No, he had to play NHL or back with us.
Yeah, but we talk about the same age then. So you have 2 rules. Yep. It's 4 years complete, and if you go like 16, 17, 18,
you're right.
Yeah, and then the 20 years old age at the end. So that's the rule for Americans. So for me, example, like Joshua Roy, all right, or the Montreal could use Arbor, Jack or Jack, Jack or whatever you call it, and then go to Laval this year, but did not do it. So that's the reason about this one there. So thank you so much, everybody. We're going to be back tomorrow, and I can wait to see you, each one of you. We appreciate it. We are back tomorrow. Oh, happy Canada Days tomorrow for all the peers. Me and Michael, we live in USA, but you and Drew, you are in Canada. Happy Canada for all the peers living in Canada tonight. We appreciate a lot. Angelo, you're welcome, everybody. And we want to remind everybody, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. Have a good night, Mr. Andrew. You have greatness inside of you. Here we go for one more time. Be well, be healthy. We not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate what? Your 2022. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. Michael DeLanery, again, a pleasure having you tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. Here we go, everybody. Have a great night. I will see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern Time, p.m. Good night, everybody. Remember, we love you. Real deal. Thank you, Mr. Danny T, Pierre Martin, Angelo, Terry T, Nicolas de Bourbie, Bono, we love you, buddy. Kelly, thanks so much. Mac Robiewicz, Angelo, Wildwood Kings, the winner, Joe Lavaltrie, Luc Lafortune, you're welcome, Luc. Have a good night, K, Mr. K. Good job tonight, buddy. Joe Level 3. Have a good night, bud. Blackhawks 97. Good night. Terry T. One did it.
Come on, get a grip now of all the ways we parted. You showed in your own way we would stand and we would fall united. Come on, get a grip now. Just finish what you started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided. Oh, oh, oh.
Thank you, RJ.
What do I know?
Helen videos coming. Should be ready this weekend, Terry. Too busy with other stuff. Try to sell my stuff. I need to do a garage sale here live this weekend. Good night, Danny. Thank you again. Jose Duarte, thank you so much. Problème ulit. Booyah!